everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening for everyone who are watching this video. Welcome to our Group 6 presentation with the topic Logical Thinking. We are Group 6 consisting by Sekar Nurfijal Yahya, Janatun Alia, Monique Elizabeth Natalia, Hawa Aulia Duha, Cantika Aisyah Dia Ulhaq, and the last one, Risantus Jordi Serahaba. In this presentation, we will cover about definition of logical thinking, type of logical thinking, and real-life application of logical thinking. We will also discuss about logical errors and how to avoid them. We hope this presentation will provide more valuable insight for everyone. Okay, now let's move to first presentation will be delivered by Cantika Aisyah with the topic definition of logical thinking. Cantika Aisyah, time is yours.
Thanks Sekar, I'm Cantika Aisyah. Here I'm responsible to present definition of logical thinking. Logical thinking is the ability to analyze situation to produce reasonable solutions. This skill is crucial as it helps individuals make critical decisions, solve problems, create innovative ideas, and set achievable goals. Logical thinking occurs when someone can explain why and how a result is obtained, draw conclusions from available premises, and infer based on specific inference rules. There are two main types of reasoning in logical thinking: inductive reasoning and deductive reasoning. Inductive reasoning allows individuals to make generalization based on specific data, while deductive reasoning enables conclusion to be drawn from established premises. These types of reasoning are highly necessary for students, particularly those in elementary education. The characteristics of logical thinking include the ability to generalize and establish causal relationships, which are similar to the traits of logical reasoning. Next presentation will be presented by Hawa Aulia to sum up the topic type of logical thinking. Hawa Aulia, time is yours.
Thanks Cantika, I'm Hawa Aulia here. I'm responsible to present definition of inductive reasoning. Inductive reasoning is a cognitive process in which individuals make generalization or prediction based on specific example or experience. The study of inductive reasoning span development psychology, cognitive science, and learning theory as it is fundamental to how humans think, learn, and make decisions in daily life. Deductive reasoning differs from deductive reasoning in that it works from specific intents to form general rules and conclusions, rather than starting with general principles and working towards specific outcomes. The development of inductive reasoning begins early in life. Infants and young children use inductive reasoning to generalize from their experience, such as recognizing that certain animals belong to the same category or that objects fall when dropped. One of the most prominent use of inductive reasoning is category-based induction, in which the individual generalizes characteristics of specific members of a category to other members of the same category. As people gain more experience and knowledge, their inductive reasoning improves. Experience allows individuals to make more accurate and refined generalization. Context and peer knowledge play critical roles in how inductive reasoning is applied. One of the key aspects of inductive reasoning is the ability to generalize properties based on causal relationships. The ability to make inductive inference develops significantly across the lifespan. Children begin to use inductive reasoning early on, initially making generalization based on simple similarities. Next present will be presented by Jordi to sum up the topic deductive reasoning. Jordi, time is yours.
Thank you, Hawa. I'm Risantus Jordi Serahaba. Here I'm responsible to present deductive reasoning. Deductive reasoning is a thought process that begins with general principles or universal premises to prove specific conclusions. In this reasoning, if the premises presented are true, the conclusions drawn must also be logically true. Deductive reasoning consists of three main components: the major premise, the minor premise, and the conclusion. The major premise is a general statement, the source as the foundation, while the minor premise is a specific statement related to the major premise. The conclusion is then drawn as a logical result of the relationship between the two premises. For example, from the major premise, all students who study diligently will succeed, and the minor premise, Tiara is a student who studies diligently. The logical conclusion is Tiara will succeed. The advantage of deductive reasoning lies in its ability to prove logical and clear conclusions if the premises used are correct. This reasoning is useful of constructing valid arguments. On the other hand, deductive reasoning has limitations such as its reliance on the truth of the premises. If one premise is invalid, the conclusions drawn will also be invalid. Additionally, this reasoning cannot be used to discover new information. It only reinforces existing information. Next presentation will be presented by Jena to sum up the topic predicate thinking. Jena, the time is yours.
Thanks Jordi, I'm Jena. Here I am responsible to present predicative thinking. Predication is interpreted here as a mental competence seemingly unique to humans that is earnestly engaged when one explicitly associates properties with object, action with agents, relationship between two or more objects, and so on. Predicative thinking is not the only way in which thought can go astray. Logical errors are common. These errors include overgeneralization, false analogy, appeal to authority, circular reasoning, and ad hominem attacks. Overgeneralization, also known as hasty generalization, occurs when one draws conclusions that far exceed the facts that inspired them. An analogy consists of observing that two fundamentally different things share some similarity, but a false analogy occurs when the comparison between the two things is not appropriate. Appeal to authority is characterized by referring to someone who is respected or believed to have good information when one's logic or reasoning is weak. Circular reasoning happens when someone's premise contains the conclusion that I aim to reach. Ad hominem attacks focus on negative attributes of a person and use this to discredit other aspects of their behavior. The capacity for predication does not to seem to be innate or learned, but is a universal ability among humans. In some mysterious way, predication success in producing thoughts and sentences that are greater than the sum of their parts. The mental competence for predication, confusing in the both as nature and history, still awaits a coherent and reasonable explanation. Next presentation will be presented by Monique with the topic logical error.
Thanks, Jena. Hi, I'm Monique. Here I am responsible to present about logical error. Logical error were operationally defined as the selection of objects which have one or two stimulus dimensions incorrect on the first trial, and the selection of objects which had one or two stimulus dimensions correct on the second trial. Illogical errors were operationally
defined as the selection of objects which only had one stimulus dimension correct on the first trial, and the selection of objects which had both stimulus dimension incorrect on the second trial. It was found that there was an inverse relationship between absolute error rate and the selection of objects which were correct on both color and form on the first trial. The concept of logical error has two main meanings, a narrow sense and a broad sense. In the narrow sense, a logical error is the formal violation of rules of deductive reasoning. In the broad sense, it refers to any illogical move or mistake in thinking. This distinction is important when discussing rationality, as rational behavior must be distinguished from irrational behavior, and logic serves as the tool for understanding and acquiring knowledge. Violation of these rules are considered illogical. Logical error refer to mistake in reasoning that undermine the validity and strength of an argument or the conclusion drawn from it. This error can occur at various stages of thinking, ranging from the interpretation of premise, the application of logical rules, to the conclusion that are derived from those premises. One common logical error is fallacy on composition, which assumes that if something is true or individual parts, it must also be true for the whole. Next presentation will presented by Sekar.
Okay, thank you Moni. I'm Sekar Muktidiaw Yahya. Here I am responsible to present both conclusion of the topic logical thinking. To sum up, logical thinking is an important skill that helps us make better decisions, solve problems, and think in creative ways. Today we have talked about two main types of logical thinking, inductive and deductive reasoning. Inductive reasoning helps us make general conclusions from specific examples, while deductive reasoning helps us draw specific conclusions from general ideas. We also look at predicative thinking, which connects threat to object, and discuss common logical mistakes like overgeneralization, circular reasoning, which can weaken our thinking. By understanding these ideas and being aware of possible mistakes in our thinking, we can improve how we make decisions and think critically. That's the end of our Group 6 presentation of logical thinking. We hope that we have shared helps you understand why logical thinking is important in our everyday life. Thanks for watching and see you next video.